I'm living in a box. I'm living in a cardboard box. Hey? Oh, bloody hell, it's recording. Hello, Matt here from Airgun Hub. I'm really sorry about that first bit. I do like to see myself as a bit of a joker. It probably wasn't that funny, but I thought it was because it's the first thing I thought of when I saw this box. Firstly, I just want to say thank you to a good friend of mine who borrowed me this, as you probably know by now from the little snippets at the start on the title. Today we're going to be looking at the Baikal MP-654K, otherwise known as the Makarov. So the box itself, as you can see, very, very plain. There is not much on this box at all. We'll look this side first. Plain, someone's written on the box there, wasn't me. Plain, plain, plain. Till you get to this side, just the one sticker. Obviously it's a Russian pistol, so there is a lot of Russian on the side of here. Apart from little bits here, model number, as we know, MP-654K. The caliber, 4.5mm BB, and then a lot more Russian. So, for the box itself, that is it. Now this particular one in this box is an 07 model, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, a Generation 3. Now I'm not sure if any of the generations come in a plain box like this. I do have to the side of me, a Generation 5, or a 2015 model. However, my good friend doesn't have the original box of that, it just comes in one of his cases. So, not sure if they all come like this, but this particular one does. This is all original. We'll open the box and we'll see what's inside. It says. Now there we go. Now it does have all the original paraphernalia inside this. We'll just move the pistol to the side for the time being. And we'll look what's inside the box. So, remove these BBs off the front. I can't remove them. Original pack of BBs that do come with this pistol. With a little bit of information on the front there. 200 pieces. Pack number 91, which I'm guessing is a batch number. It does say MP851 on there, not sure why, but it does say for air pistols and rifles, and this is an original Baikal pack of BBs that hasn't been opened. So there's that. There is also an original pack of spare seals that do come with these pistols, or at least it did come with the Gen 3, again unopened. All the seals, you need to do a full seal change if you were to need to do that. All the original paperwork here, which a lot of it is in Russian, because obviously they're made by Baikal, which is a Russian pistol, or Russian manufacturer, should I say. Again, all Russian on the back there. And then finally, something that you don't see many come with now. I don't know if the new ones again come with these, and these are getting harder and harder to come by. In its original grease-proof paper is, we'll just gently and carefully open this. The tools that come with this pistol, obviously a rod to put down the barrel in case you get a jam, and then a tool for bits and bobs on the pistol. As I say, these are getting harder and harder to come by, and I don't think many come with these now, especially not in the obviously original form, in the original grease paper, etc. I'm just going to put that away because I don't want to break that, because it's not mine. I'll fold that properly in a minute and put all this stuff back in the box. But as you can see, like I say, all the original bits and bobs for this pistol are in here. So we'll just move that out of the way, and we'll bring in not one but two Baikal Makarovs. And as I said, there's a few sort of differences on these. This one is the 07 model. I might have said 09 earlier. If I did say 09, I am sorry, but this is an 07 model, or a 2007 model. And this one is a 2015 model, or a Gen 5. Now these are fantastic little pistols. They are BB, so they're not the most accurate thing in the world, but the most appealing thing about these pistols is the fact that they are made in the Baikal factory where the Makarov pistol is produced, which means the slide, the trigger guard, the trigger, the frame, and a lot of internals on these pistols are genuine Makarov parts that would be used on the real steel versions. I believe, I'm not 100% sure on the actual specific number, but I do know anywhere between 80 and 90% of this pistol is real, effectively. It is used on the real Makarov itself, which makes these pretty appealing, especially to me. I mean, everything about them, the build quality, is a real pistol. You know, I don't know what I would say apart from it literally is a real pistol in your hand, apart from the bits internally they've changed to make it into a CO2 pistol. Looking at the pistols itself, as you can see, between the two generations there is a few slight subtle differences. One of the most notable being the writing on this slide is like a printed, I don't think it's engraved, it doesn't feel engraved, it's a printed white, whereas exactly the same on this pistol, as you can see in the light there, is engraved and it's not white. It's less noticeable on the actual gun. As you can see, a serial number there. The first two letters do denote the year of manufacture, so in this case it is a 2015 model or a generation 5. And on this one, as you can see in the light there, this one is an 07 or a 2007, which I believe is the generation 3 model. There is a few other subtle differences. If we turn them over this side, as you can see on the 2015 model, there is the ejector, what would be the ejector, the shell ejector there on this one, I believe. It's been machined or cast out of the slide on this one, whereas the earlier 2007 model doesn't have that ejector. I believe there's some subtle differences on the internals as well. I'm not 100% sure what, but externally wise, that's what you get. But apart from that, they're very much the same gun. The 2015 one, this has more a dull rubber, almost rubberized. I don't think it is rubber, it's just a different type of plastic, but it's a lot duller grips, whereas this one has a solid shiny finish to the grips as well. Now looking at the pistol itself, you do have a slide lock. If we take the magazine out, which again, genuine magazine release there, if you push that back, pull the magazine out, does lock back, slide does move and does lock back. The main spring in this is a genuine Makarov spring, which is why when you let go it goes with such a kick, and again it's so hard to push back, but it does have a massive lot of tension on there, with it being a real firearm effectively. It does have a takedown. I'm not 100% sure how to do this. I haven't had a good play with it, and it is quite scary inside with that big spring. I know a good friend of mine showed me how it takes down, but like the real steel, it does pull down, and I believe the slide pulls back and locks off, and the slide can be removed. The magazine itself houses the CO2. It does have a screw on the bottom there. I believe that might be slightly different to the original, I'm not sure. I think he may have changed that. And it also has a matching serial number on the bottom of the magazine there with the frame, so you know they all match up. CO2 slots in as it normally would, and then obviously you tighten the bottom and that loads the CO2 in and pierces that. It is just a spring fed magazine, so obviously you drag your spring down, you drop them in the top, and then you're ready to go. And that goes back in there. Fully working safety and decocker, as you just saw there as well. Does have a nice little red mark on there to say that it is live, and then obviously safe. Hammer itself does go back, and you can use it in single and double action. And again, obviously decocked there, and as we've just seen, it does have a working slide lock. One other difference actually that I forgot to point out with these two pistols as well is, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I'll show you one by one. The actual anti-reflective beading on this to help you with your sights and your sight acquisition. On the, which one's this? This is the 2015, is a lot wider. And as you can see on the 2007 model, that's a lot thinner. Sights, obviously, they are a fixed rear sight. Yep, they're a fixed rear sight and a fixed front sight. Oh no, I do apologise. They are an actually adjustable rear sight. I don't think it's easily adjustable, but it does look like it does notch out slightly or move. It has got a notch, as you can see there, so I'm not sure. It might be adjustable, could be wrong. I don't know how to adjust it, but it could be. There's not really much more to tell about this. They're very, very simple, obviously. There's just basically a safety, a latch, trigger, hammer, and that's it. Being BB, they're not the most accurate thing in the world. They do have a rifled barrel in these. Now, why they put a rifled barrel in it, I'm not sure. I think one of these does it. It could be wrong, actually. I know one of them does have a rifled barrel. I haven't checked which one. I should have done that really before the video. But one of them does have a rifled barrel, if not both of them. But obviously, you can't use pellets in these because they're a BB magazine, which is a shame. It would be good if they could make some form of pellet version. But yeah, that's it. Fantastic pistols. I mean, I'm not really a BB man. I prefer my pellets, and I never really thought twice about one of these. But since having a good blast with a good friend of mine, these two in front of me, my mind's changed. I will be getting one of these just for the fact that they are so genuine, so real, to the real thing. I mean, you know, fantastic. I mean, if you did like this video, if you could give it a good thumbs up, if you could give it a like, a comment, a share, let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time. See you later.